GM to all. This is Jeff of Nomad, and we're back for another episode of the Nomads podcast. So yes, it's been a while that I haven't done any podcast, because I've been busy for so many events and activities for weeks. But at least we're here now. So our special guest for today is no other than the founder and CEO of Bricken. So please welcome to the show, Mr. Edwin Mata.
Hey, hello everyone. Thank you for an invitation. It's a pleasure to be here with your listeners and viewers so I can explain what is Brickken. So thanks for that.
Okay, and also I would like to say hello to our amazing subscribers and viewers who are tuning in to our podcast right now with Edwin of Bricken. So we will be learning more on what Bricken it's all about, especially their features, advantages, benefits, and more. So Edwin, are we all set?
We are all set.
Okay, so first things first, Edwin. Before you guys developed Bricken, could you share how did you get started into the crypto and Web3 space, and what makes you decide to pursue it?
Yes, so I was in 2016 working for another company. And basically, what they were trying to do is understand how to use blockchain technology, so specifically the smart contracts for creating certain sort of automatizations. So I started learning and studying. So by 2018, we developed the product in that company and such. And I took an idea that I wanted to start something in this space, and I started studying specifically what was tokenization. So all that know-how and learning experience that I had in the other company doing something completely different, it did help me understand how to create or digitize assets because I wanted to do this specifically. So I actually went with the head of blockchain of that company is actually one of the founders here in Bricken. The two of us started working on our free time on developing the idea, and in 2020 we decided to start the company.
Wow, so that's a great, interesting story that you have shared to us on how you began your journey in this space and what makes you decide to pursue it until you founded Brickken, which is an impressive project, by the way. And speaking of Brickken, what is currently your mission and vision about it?
Yes, so basically what we want to do is focus on the equity tokenization of things. So we want to start helping companies to transform the whole digital assets on the blockchain. And there's no better asset of a company than the equity itself. So what we're trying to accomplish here is create a foundation for companies to be jump started into the blockchain and then benefit from having all your investors, your shareholders, your assets on chain. And then we give you all the management for you to not have any complexity as to how do you manage now this situation. So on the contrary, it could be like just a couple of clicks, everything very detailed, all workflows done. So it's very intuitive and easy for companies to really understand the benefits of blockchain itself.
All right, so that's an interesting mission and vision that you have shared to us about Bricken. Okay, now could you explain to all of our subscribers and viewers who are tuning into our podcast right now about what is your project all about, and especially your features, advantages, and the benefits for the crypto and Web3 enthusiasts like me?
Yeah, so I mean, basically, what you have is full transparency. So that's always good, even though some companies don't like to be as transparent as possible. I think the Trust Foundation is there, kind of like I would like to know where I invest or how the money moves and everything, right? So I think trust is super simple. But just the fact that it's transparent, you also have an open ledger. So all your information does not belong to anybody because it's already embedded in the chain. And having that information allows you to do a lot of things, such as full ownership. I am the owner of the equity. So and I have it on my wallet. So it's kind of like the possession of it. And because of that, I can go into other markets to play around, such as DeFi. I can collateralize my shares if I have them on a token against a free market. I don't have to go to the middleman or the intermediaries. And that happens for companies itself. It's because it's an open technology. It allows you to maneuver with other players or retail investors or everything. It's so much suitable, the system running on chain than right now how it is, where you have a lot of intermediaries, a lot of fees being paid, a lot of manpower that needs to be in order to understand how to do things. And here it's all pure technology, and that's what I think it's efficient. So if we combine everything, we just have a very optimized product or technology that reduces fees, reduces the need for manpower, provides transparency, full ownership, and those are great characteristics and a technology everybody should want.
Wow. So that's really amazing for us to hear, coming from you, Edwin, regarding your features, advantages, and benefits for crypto and Web3 enthusiasts like me on using and utilizing Bricken. And I see that you are using the Ethereum blockchain for your token. So why did you choose Ethereum over the other chains out there?
Yeah, so the need for Ethereum came because we wanted to use the best blockchain out there, right? So we think more than a personal opinion, I think it's a generalized opinion that Ethereum still has the most developers actively doing. There's a lot of things coming up, so there's a sharding and whatnot. So we wanted to build the foundation in something that is very solid and strong. Then it's easier to move because a lot of other blockchains are EVMs, right? So they're like just one line of code and you go from Ethereum to Polygon. So that simplicity was like instead of us building something that it's harder to adapt, we go for the main one, and then from there it's easier to go into a multi-chain factor.
Okay, so that's great to hear from you. And why did you choose Ethereum over the other chains for your Bricken token? As an ERC20. Now, Edwin, could you share to us some of the notable achievements that you guys have in the past until now? So, and especially the partners that you have on board.
Yeah, I mean, luckily for us, through hard work, we've been growing on a steady phase. So we've been we are currently partnership with our different acceleration programs, such as Cointelegraph, Chainlink. We even got subsidized by the Spanish government, so that means we receive money from the European funds. So that's great. Also, right, and also clients, of course, we tokenize already above 200 million assets, 2 million worth in assets. So that's a big figure, and that's also opening a lot of different scopes of possibilities. So right now we're even in the race for creating standards in one chain, in the race for creating a governance pool for RWA in another DeFi protocol, because the interest is very high right now on what is tokenization, what are real world assets, and how everything merges. So right now we're at the forefront of understanding this because we've been in the space for so long.
Wow, so that's amazing for us to hear some of the achievements that you guys have from the beginning until now, especially the partners that you have on board. And aside from the achievements that you have mentioned, I know that you guys are encountering some challenges as well. Could you share more about it and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest challenges, it's the general challenge, right? The bear market. So everything went a little bit hard for everybody. Everybody in the space suffered a lot. And basically now what we're trying to do is rearrange that factor, no, the fear factor, saying people were scared and putting everything as a crypto. We don't deal with crypto. Okay, yeah, we're in blockchain, but not everything is a coin. So kind of like we had to go through a long and heavy education process so people understand that what we're trying to do is just technology with asset back assets. So asset back cryptocurrencies. So it's a different factor. So right now it's our biggest pain, kind of like making people understand that what we're trying to do has nothing to do with all that was happening in in the space, the meme coins, the scams, the rug and bull. We're trying to be more serious, and it's hard for people to understand that in blockchain you definitely can be serious. Luckily, there's a lot of financial institutions, JP Morgan, and all of these, even big banks jumping into tokenization. So right now our narrative is easier because other bigger institutional players are doing it.
All right, so at least we've learned from you, Edwin, on how you guys overcome these challenges. All right, for Bricken. Now, my next question for you is: how do you see Bricken in a few years from now?
Yeah, so basically our goal is to tokenize 1 billion. So that's kind of like the short milestone that we want to go, being able to say like, hey, we just tokenize a full billion. And basically now jurisdiction wise in having reached a lot of countries. So we want to see us having assets being tokenized in, why not, 50 countries. just because all countries are becoming more technological and digital, and they're understanding that security, such as shares, debt, is and can be embedded into the blockchain. So that's kind of like the big milestone that we want to see. Kind of like us tokenizing more than a billion and in more than at least 30 countries.
All right, so that's really great to hear from you. And how do you see yourselves in a few years from now? And of course, before we wrap this up, so I have a final question for you. Let's say we've met each other, and then I'm just a normal crypto user. Now, how do you introduce Bricken? Why it should matter? You know?
Yes, of course. So, I mean, basically, you will be investing in the future. Kind of like there's a lot of things that were created in the blockchain, such as NFTs, but they were really not providing any value. So people were buying it because value was made on the FOMO and markets were like that. But over here, you really trying to change in financial systems, and that's a big thing, right? So it's kind of like we are investing into what the future can look like. So that's kind of like the invitation. What we're trying to accomplish here, it's valuable for everybody, for the system, for countries. So it's definitely an investment for the future.
All right, so at least we've learned from him on why we should not miss out Bricken, especially on why does it really matter for crypto enthusiasts like me. Okay, now before we wrap this up, do you have some parting words for our amazing subscribers and viewers who are tuning into our podcast today?
Yes, so for them to jump on our community, learn more from us. We have a very healthy community, and a very strong one. It's a wonder right now in the bear market to jump into a Telegram group and see how everybody's excited about the projects that we're launching and seeing how we're building. So if you guys want to learn more about us, jump in our community and feel free to ask any of our community members anything that you want, because I'm telling you, but you should always do your due diligence. So check our socials and understand how we're trying to build a future into tokenization.
All right, so thank you so much for that, Edwin. And before we end, I would like to let you all know, guys, that we are not promoting any financial or investment advice here. So this is only intended for educational and informative purposes. Okay. So
Absolutely.
there you have it, guys. Our special guest for today's episode of the Nomads podcast. So we have Mr. Edwin Mata, the founder and CEO of Bricken. So once again, Edwin, thank you so much for your time here with us. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Have a great week, starting week.
Yeah, and also I would like to thank all of our subscribers and viewers who are tuning in to our podcast right now with Edwin, the CEO and founder of Bricken. So if you want more information, so all of the resource links are right here on the video description. And one more thing, guys, I would like to invite you all to smash the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell for more videos regarding crypto, Web3, DeFi, and more. So once again, this is yours truly, Nomad Fury, and I'll see you all again next time. Thank you, everybody.